Stuff's open, he throws it.
Here they come, 1st and 10 to the end zone. It's caught!
For any NFL executive, there's no better way to look smarter than by drafting a future superstar after round 1. And there's just nothing like taking on a chance that everybody else overlooked and passed on, only to watch him grow into a game changer right before your very eyes. All 32 NFL teams have at least one of those draft steals to brag about. And with draft season now upon us, how about we dive into every NFL club's biggest steal over the past 5 years, from 2019 to 2023. Arizona Cardinals, Trey McBride. McBride was taken in the second round, 55th overall, by the Redbirds in 2022. That move surprised many, since Arizona already had Pro Bowl Zach Ertz at tight end. But after a meh rookie year, McBride broke out in 2023 with 81 receptions for 825 yards and 3 touchdowns, and that was without top quarterback Kyler Murray for most of the season. The Atlanta Falcons, Tyler Algier. The Falcons haven't drafted particularly well after day one over the past decade or so, but Tyler Algier is certainly an exception. A 5th-round pick at number 151 overall in 2022, Algier rushed for 1,035 yards and 3 touchdowns in his rookie year. Though he took a backseat to superstar rookie Bijan Robinson in 2023, Algier still tallied 876 yards of offense and 5 total touchdowns. Baltimore Ravens, Justin Madubuike. The Ravens struck gold when they selected the Texas A&M defensive lineman in the 3rd round, 71st overall in 2020. After 2 inconsistent seasons to begin his career, Madubuike came into his own as a quality starter in 2022. A year later, he racked up 13 sacks en route to a Pro Bowl and second-team All-Pro nods. His efforts helped the Ravens to the league's best record in the franchise's first AFC Championship game appearance in 11 years. Buffalo Bills, Gabe Davis. Davis more than exceeded expectations as a 4th-round pick in 2020. Playing second fiddle to Stephon Diggs, Davis tallied 163 receptions for 2,730 yards and 27 touchdowns over his 4 years in Buffalo. Big game Gabe was also an absolute beast in the postseason, with 6 TD receptions, including 4 in one game against Kansas City in the 2021 divisional round in 7 playoff games. Carolina Panthers, Jeremy Chinn. Chinn was largely overlooked because the Panthers were so lousy during his 4 years with the organization. But Chinn proved to be an absolute gem of a find with the number 64 pick back in 2020. Chinn had 2 interceptions, 17 pass defenses, 3 forced fumbles, 2 defensive touchdowns, 4 sacks, and 324 combined tackles over his tenure in Carolina. Chicago Bears, Jalen Johnson. Johnson was already a stellar cover corner in his first 3 seasons, but the number 50 pick of 2020 took it to a whole nother level in his 4th year in Windy City. Johnson earned his first career Pro Bowl and second-team All-Pro nods in 2023 after recording 4 interceptions and 10 pass defenses while allowing a laughable passer rating of just 50.9 when targeted. The Bears' top corner was awarded with a 4-year, $76 million extension following his career year. Cincinnati Bengals, Logan Wilson. Joe Burrow and T. Higgins were the Bengals' 2 big prize catches in the 2020 NFL Draft, but hey, don't overlook Logan Wilson either. The Wyoming linebacker was taken 65th overall that year, and it didn't take him long to emerge as a key cog on their defense. Wilson led Cincy to a Super Bowl 56th berth and to another AFC title game appearance in 2022. Wilson has 11 interceptions, 20 pass defenses, and 4 forced fumbles through his first 4 seasons. Cleveland Browns, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. JOK felt like a steal from day one when the widely projected 1st-round pick instead went 52nd overall to the Browns in 2021. And sure enough, the Notre Dame product has outperformed his draft spot. The star linebacker has been a force in the front 7, working with Myles Garrett, earning his first career Pro Bowl nod in 2023 after tallying 3.5 sacks, 6 pass defenses, and 101 combined tackles. Dallas Cowboys, Trayvon Diggs. Hey, hate on Jerry Jones all you want, but it's pretty hilarious that he got both CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs with his first 2 picks in 2020. Both are arguably top 5 guys at their positions today, but Diggs qualifies for the steal spot here as a 2nd-round pick at number 51 overall. He earned Pro Bowl and All-Pro honors in his 2021 sophomore year after leading the league with 11 interceptions. Say what you want about his struggles in coverage, but Diggs more than makes up for it with his vulture-like ball-hawking skills. 18 picks and 52 pass defenses in 47 career games to begin your career is kinda ridiculous. Denver Broncos, Draymond Jones. The Broncos have been awful at drafting since Peyton Manning's retirement in 2016, but even the worst teams get lucky once in a while. Denver found a gem in Jones, the number 71 pick of 2019. He was a quality starter on their D-line, posting 22 sacks and 6 pass defenses before making the jump to Seattle in 2023 free agency. Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Someone remind us how he was a 4th-round pick in 2021 again? Since entering the league, St. Brown ranks 5th in receptions with 315, and he helped the Lions reach their first NFC Championship game in 32 years last season. Yeah, not too bad for a guy who was taken 112th overall. Green Bay Packers, Elgton Jenkins. Few teams draft better than the Packers, as this star offensive lineman will be happy to remind you. The number 44 pick of 2019 has emerged as a rock on the Packers O-line, with Pro Bowl nods through his first 5 seasons. No wonder life was so easy for Jordan Love in this first year as the guy in Green Bay. I mean, guys like Jenkins just made it such a smooth transition. Houston Texans, Nico Collins. After 2 meh seasons to begin his career, the number 89 pick of 2023 finally broke out once Houston supplied him with a quality QB, aka CJ Stroud. Collins broke out in 2023 with 80 receptions for 1,297 yards and 8 touchdowns. He and Stroud are just getting started, and then Collins will continue to assert himself as one of the greatest steals of his class. Indianapolis Colts, Jonathan Taylor. If it weren't for injuries, Taylor would have opened his career with 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons. The number 41 pick of 2020 rushed for 1,169 yards and 11 touchdowns as a rookie before taking his game to an MVP-like level in 2021. That year, Taylor led the NFL in rushing with 1,811 yards and in rushing scores with 18. Jacksonville Jaguars, Tyson Campbell. Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne Jr. headlined the Jaguars' elite 2021 draft class, but don't overlook Campbell's contributions up to this point. The number 33 pick of 2021 has been the rock of the Jags secondary, with 6 interceptions and 30 pass defenses since his arrival. In 2022, Campbell allowed just a 78.0 passer rating when targeted, an indicator that future stardom is well on the way. Kansas City Chiefs, L'Jarius Sneed. 4 years of L'Jarius Sneed in Kansas City, 4 AFC Championship game appearances, 3 Super Bowl berths, and back-to-back Lombardi Trophy winning seasons. According to our calculations, that's pretty darn good. The number 138 pick of 2020 had 10 interceptions and 40 pass breakups during his 4 years in KC before getting traded to Tennessee. Without Sneed, the Chiefs simply do not cement themselves as a dynasty. Las Vegas Raiders, Max Crosby. The Raiders haven't drafted well in the first round for a while now, but they sure hit the jackpot when they took Eastern Michigan edge rusher Max Crosby with the number 106 selection in 2019. Crosby has emerged as a game-wrecking force in Sin City. Since his 2019 rookie year, only TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, and Nick Bosa have had more sacks than Crosby's 52. Los Angeles Chargers, Asante Samuel Jr. It remains a surprise to this day that the ball-hawking specialist fell to the Bolts in round 2 at number 47 overall back in 2021. Like his old man Asante Sr., Asante Jr. has been a dangerous weapon in the secondary, with 6 interceptions and 35 pass breakups to begin his career. He hasn't hit superstar level just yet, but we're confident it's coming with Jim Harbaugh here to make sure the Chargers stop underachieving once and for all. Or so we hope. Los Angeles Rams, Puka Nacua. All Nacua did in his 2023 rookie season was rack up 105 receptions for 1,486 yards and 6 touchdowns. Those 105 catches and 1,486 yards, by the way, marked new single-season rookie records. And, by the way, he was a 5th-round pick at number 177 overall. Carry on. Miami Dolphins, Javon Holland. The Canadian kid has been a rock in Miami's secondary since they took him 36th overall in 2021. Holland did wonders with ex-Dolphin Xavier Howard as his running mate for 3 years, with 5 picks, 21 pass breakups, 4 forced fumbles, and 4 sacks to begin his career. Oh, and he finished with a ridiculous 2023 Pro Football Focus grade of 90.4. Minnesota Vikings, Ezra Cleveland. Not much to choose from here, as the Vikings' draft history on day 2 and 3 have been spotty in recent years. But you know, they did find themselves a quality guard in Ezra Cleveland, the number 58 pick of the 2020 draft. Cleveland made 49 starts over his 3.5 years in Mini before getting traded to Jacksonville in the 2023 season. His efforts helped Kirk Cousins retain Pro Bowl caliber play, and Dalvin Cook had 3 1,000-yard seasons with Cleveland blocking for him. New England Patriots, Ramondre Stevenson. The number 120 pick of 2021 has been a beast in New England's backfield, with 2,265 rushing yards and 14 rushing scores through his first 3 seasons. Stevenson broke out in 2022 with 1,040 rushing yards and 5 TDs. If he didn't miss 5 games in both 2021 and 2023, we could be talking about a 3-time 1,000-yard rusher by now. New Orleans Saints, Paulson Adebo. Looking to find a new standout corner to complement Marshawn Lattimore, the Saints drafted Adebo with the number 76 pick in 2021. Adebo had 2 uneven years to begin his career, but he broke out in 2023 by recording 4 interceptions and 18 pass breakups while allowing just a 62.7 passer rating when targeted. Adebo also allowed only 1 TD in coverage on 100 throws in his direction per Pro Football Reference. Adebo has just arrived, and he's only going to get better from here. New York Giants, Darius Slayton. They messed up with the Daniel Jones pick at number 6 in 2019, but at least the G-men partially made up for it by finding a gem in Darius Slayton. The Auburn product was drafted in the 5th round at number 171 overall in 2019. Despite awful QB play around him, Slayton has hit the 40-catch and 700-yard marks in 4 of his first 5 NFL seasons. New York Jets, Breece Hall. The Jets haven't drafted well at all over the past decade, especially on days 2 and 3. We didn't have much to really choose from here. But hey, at least Breece Hall is looking like a steal from the 2022 class. The former number 36 overall was on his way to a 1,000-yard season before suffering a torn ACL in his 7th game. A year later, he broke out with 1,585 yards of offense and 9 total touchdowns. Hopefully, multiple 1,000-yard rushing seasons await. Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts. The Eagles got an MVP candidate and franchise-changing star with the number 53 pick back in 2020. So I mean, come on, who else are we gonna pick here? Hurts has gone 33-14-0 as the Eagles starting QB since his 2021 sophomore season. And he was this close to leading Philly to a Super Bowl 57 victory over the Chiefs. That $255 million extension was well-deserved. Pittsburgh Steelers, Alex Highsmith. Tough choice between Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, and Alex Highsmith here, but seeing how much harder it is to find a superstar edge rusher after round 1, well, we had to settle on Highsmith here. The 102nd overall pick of 2020 has formed a terrifying 3-headed pass rushing monster alongside superstars TJ Watt and Cameron Hayward. Highsmith broke out in 2022 with 14.5 sacks and a league-leading 5 forced fumbles, with Watt missing 7 games. Watt sorely needed a running mate off the edge, and the Steelers found it in Highsmith. San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy. What more can be said about Purdy that hasn't already been said? He was the very last pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, aka Mr. Irrelevant, at number 262 overall. Following a season-ending injury to Jimmy Garoppolo late in the 2022 season, Purdy took over as the starting QB and never looked back. Purdy went 17-4 over his first 2 years as the 49ers starting QB, leading them to consecutive NFC Championship game appearances and a trip to Super Bowl 58. Not bad for a guy who was only known as Mr. Irrelevant to begin his career. Seattle Seahawks, DK Metcalf. Such a tough call here between Metcalf and 2022 5th-rounder Reek Woolen. But we had to go with the guy who's been a borderline top 5 wideout since his 2019 rookie year. Metcalf somehow fell to Seattle at number 64 overall in 2019. He's exceeded 50 receptions and 900 yards each year while putting up 7+ TD receptions in 4 of his 5 seasons. Since Metcalf's arrival in 2019, only 3 receivers have topped his 43 receiving TDs: Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, and Tyreek Hill. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Antoine Winfield Jr. Winfield Jr. was one of several marquee newcomers for the Bucs in 2020, along with Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and fellow 2020 draftee Tristan Wirfs Jr. Now, hindsight is 2020, but it is impossible to understand how 44 players went before Winfield in 2020. The Swiss Army knife has done it all as a cover man, run defender, elite ball hawker, and pass rusher. His efforts helped Tampa to a Super Bowl 55 championship, which was the first of 4 straight playoff appearances for a rejuvenated Tampa franchise. Tennessee Titans, Amani Hooker. Hooker wasn't exactly a household name when he entered the league as a 4th-round pick, 116th overall, but Hooker has gradually developed into a quality safety for the Titans, helping them to 3 straight playoff appearances from 2019 to 2021, including the AFC title game in his rookie year. Through his first 5 years, Hooker had racked up 7 interceptions, 22 pass breakups, and 264 combined tackles. Washington Commanders, Terry McLaurin. Even with mediocre QB play in Washington, Scary Terry has been a model of consistency since joining the league in 2019. The number 76 pick of 2019 hit the 70-catch and 1,000-yard marks for the 4th straight year in 2023. Imagine how much better this big-time draft steal could be with an elite QB throwing him the football. But hey, which NFL player do you think is the biggest draft steal since 2019? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. Then hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, well, subscribing's a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.